Thrive Podcast. Number 20 something. Number 20 something. Welcome. So, currently rolling with my feet on under my desk, my little fidget. It's kind of like a massage ball. Look at that. Roll out the feet. It's like a green spot for the audio listeners on this podcast that I upload only to YouTube. It's like a green, thick, rubbery, like a lacrosse ball consistency. Kind of hard, solid rubber, spiky ball that I massage my feet with. And if I'm feeling super gnarly, you can like roll on it with your body weight on your like quads and hips and stuff. Brutal. Or your back against the wall. Anyway, this is not how I intended to start the podcast. I always like grasp at what's immediately happening in my physical environment when I'm like struggling to say, like, if a conversation is dead or if I don't know what to say, you know, like in the podcast talking here or with like a pretty girl or something, you know, like, oh, like reach over, it's a pen, like I like these ones, you know, because it's like clicky and it's a gel pen, which is not, you know, just bullshit like that. But so what happened this week, man? I noticed that a lot of the podcast listeners are like the segment of my audience that is interested in like freelancing and like the video editing and entrepreneurship and stuff, and like the habit efficiency, productivity side of like what I talk about, you know. At least the people that like comment and interact with the podcast. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But so that's the kind of stuff I'll try to talk about more. As I say, like productivity and freelance, the first thing on my list of like potential topics to talk about is football over here. Okay, one thing I will talk about, like the new Mac OS, iOS 14 for the iPhone, and Airpods, because I've had Airpods for like a week now, and they're really cool. I talked about it last week, like the things I was looking forward to, in particular with the Airpods. If like you want to hear me talk about that, but how it's been working out is really well. I have the AirPods Pro, and I find the transparency mode super convenient, like because I live with my family, so there's people talking and stuff and trying to get my attention sometimes. So if I'm ever in a situation where I'm listening to something but I don't want to be like noise canceled, you know, I can turn that on. Or if I'm like hiking and outside and it's just, you know, important to hear the environment. I didn't expect that to be as good as it was. One problem I've been having with them, I'm having a few problems with them actually, but they're outweighed by the, you know, like the convenience and the free moving of them, you know, and the utility that they provide, which is known. So I won't talk about like the great stuff, I guess, because I don't know, if you have AirPods and you like AirPods, you know how great they are and you know the good things about them. But what I have been not liking is, and it doesn't happen every time, so I don't know if I'll officially like, if I'll officially stand as like this is a problem for me, but sometimes, particularly like when I've you know, taken a shower or something, or I've been working out and I'm sweaty, they kind of like squeeze out over time and come out of my ears. And they also have that kind of feeling of like there's plastic earbuds in my ear and for an hour, you know, and it's kind of just, it kind of hurts and it's kind of raw feeling. But I've never not had that feeling with earbuds. You know, if I'm looking for comfort, I'll wear the comfortable, nice headphones, you know, but the portability and stuff is good for them. But so one big thing that in the new iOS and the new, I guess it's just the new iOS and the new AirPods software update is that the sound should like instantly switch between your devices. And I'm not sure if it's only like a between iPhones and iPad, like iOS devices, because it doesn't work on my MacBook. And I've updated my MacBook to the latest like Big Sur operating system, and It doesn't switch automatically. Like this is like the AirPods software update came out, and it's like the main feature that they introduced besides the like spatial noise or whatever it is that only works on like Apple TV sound. But so I don't really care about that. But um, the main thing is like instant switching between your devices. Like you don't have to manually connect it in Bluetooth every time, which I mainly use like my phone and my MacBook for my AirPods. My big like iMac here, I just use my nice headphones because it's a stationary experience every time. But so I switch between my MacBook and my AirPods all the time. So I was really looking forward to that feature working, but it doesn't. So if you know anything about that, this is literally like, and it's brand new, so I can't like search for this problem. Like the Mac OS just updated and the iPhone OS just updated with this new feature. So like, there's not like, no one's made a YouTube video search engine optimized for me typing in this problem to YouTube, So I haven't found the solution yet. So if you have the solution, this is me grasping at the resources at my disposal. The people that listen to this podcast, if you have AirPods and a MacBook and your instant switching works, tell me how. Yeah. But other than that, the new iPhone update looks pretty cool. I like the widgets. It kind of prompted me to like reorganize my whole home screen and like just app organization experience, which is something that was kind of long overdue. I had it this like really particular kind of weird way for a while. But like the new widgets and the new way the apps kind of are presented prompted me to kind of switch around my organization of my phone. I guess I can talk about that. I've got like my bottom row apps are the Notes app, Messaging, iMessage, Audible, and Spotify. I don't want the main philosophy I guess I organize my phone by is like it's a tool for me, right? I have all notifications off. Like I never except phone calls, like whitelisted people that I allowed to call me, So like I never want this like interrupting me when I'm doing something, like I choose when to look at my phone, it doesn't tell me when to look at it. So that's kind of what I operated under, like the whole kind of way I've been organizing it. So like social media apps are like on the second page in a folder, and that definitely doesn't stop me from just like impulsively swiping over and opening it. But it's not like front and center ready to take my attention, and then the first page are like utility type apps, like basically stuff that's not a waste of time, So I've got the camera, I've got my calendar, I've got like my coffee app, which is like gives you the ratios and the timing for making like Chemex and AeroPress and a bunch of different types of coffee. I've got Forest, which is the like productivity timer where it plants a tree. I've got my VPN, Surfshark VPN, link below, 83% off. I've got the browser, the clock, the like phone and FaceTime are in one folder there. Calculator, meditation, waking up app, and Google, and the weather like widget on the front too. So that's the first page, and then the next page is just, and there's only 2 pages. I only have the 2 pages. So the next page is like the settings, and then a bunch of different folders. I got a Google folder for like Google and Maps apps, YouTube folder for YouTube Studio app, Discord, travel app, like a Uber, Lyft folder, photos apps folder, money related apps folder, sports folder for like NBA, fantasy, ESPN app, then all my social media and like Tinder and shit, and then uncategorized folder, and then I've got like the battery widget, which is really cool because it'll show you the like your AirPods battery at the same time as your iPhone. So that's what's on my phone. I had a question in the Discord. I know what it is, but I want to get it right. Oops. Podcast questions. If you didn't know, you can submit podcast questions that I will read and answer on the podcast at any time. You can submit a question to the podcast question submission section of the Discord. So this is a rat asks, you are now a quarter of a year into your moving to California series since the first week. How is it? So it is actually that's crazy to think about. I think it's maybe not as crazy to think that I've been like holding myself accountable to making a video every week for that long, because I kind of have always known I can do that. That's not really like the feat of it for me. Um, I guess I'll kind of talk about it in like that way, like making a video every week, and talk about it in like the moving to California. Like that's what I'm trying to do, right? It definitely the moving to California part is definitely gonna take a while, you know, unless like, and I don't like expect this, you know, unless something with my YouTube channel or something like really pops off and I start making a lot of money from that, which I don't expect. Um, that could, accelerate it greatly, but at the rate that I'm like making money, which is like freelancing, right? I haven't really experimented, I guess, too much with pushing myself to the limit of just packing in as much work as possible to make money. Maybe there's like a different way that I can structure how I do what I'm doing. I just kind of made the leap to be actually fully self-sufficient, like online, making money, paying all my bills myself. So I haven't really, in the grand scheme of things, been experimenting with like how to optimize that the very, very most. That like I've been doing that 3 months now, and at the rate it's going, it'll still be like a year till I pay off all my student loans and stuff, like with the money that I'm getting from that. I'm not really making too much more than I was making just like working a shitty part-time job, but yeah, but like the freedom that it's given me to spend so much more time on my YouTube channel, which is like what I think has the highest ceiling of potential life-changing income, I guess, is like what that has gained me, even though the freelancing is only I think I extrapolated it out like based on what I made last month, which changes every month, but based on what I made last month, I would make like 25,000 a year, which is more than the debt I have, so that's why I'm thinking like about a year is what it would take me in terms of like, yeah, like how long it would take me to actually do it, to move to California, like a year, like a little bit less than a year to pay it off, and then a little bit more to like save up to be able to, move somewhere at all, right, and get myself on my feet properly, and not in a, I'm scrapping for every penny way, because like the thing is, so many, like if you search YouTube for moving to like how to move to California, how to move to Los Angeles, it's a lot of like the stuff that gets views is like I moved with no money and how to do it, and everyone's like, you're just gonna have to make the leap, and you'll never be ready, and you have to, and like that's one way to look at it, like you'll make the decision and figure it out when you get there, and that's right, like that's one way to look at it. That's a very ballsy, admirable way to go about major life decisions like that. But like I like to think that I'm generally like patient with expectations like that. like the amount of quality of life increase of not being stressed about scraping by for every single payment of rent and bills and everything is very valuable to me, and I'm definitely in a place where I don't have that, even though it's gonna mean my like ultimate life goals are gonna happen slower. Like shorter term happiness is important to me. Yeah. So I'm like, so in general, I'm feeling good about it. Like it's not like I know it's gonna take a while, but that's like totally okay. Yeah, like I'm not. Yeah, I guess that says it. How I want to say it, I guess, So yeah. in terms of yeah, that question, what I want to try to do, because I definitely think with the freelancing I can make more than I have been. And I keep thinking like what takes from that the most is the fact that all of my videos are dependent on like the actual, like they all have to be recorded and released in current times. I can't really stock them up because the basketball ones are talking about what happened in basketball that week. The podcast is a podcast, you sit down and you do it, and the moving to California ones are like, this was what happened in my life this week, or it's not even that it's that I have to make one every week, it's, yeah. So I think when the NBA season is over, and I've been saying this, I'll be able to like batch produce my basketball card ones better. And I still want to upload the 3 video, like a basketball card video every week. But when it's not like currently about what's happening in the NBA, which is what I'm committed to right now, then I can spend less time on it every week. Which doesn't mean it's going to be worse. Like I've been making basketball card videos like that and they do well and people like them. But it will free my time up more to be able to work on freelance stuff for like more hours a week, which will be good. Like this week I kind of shifted the moving to California video this week to be, and it's not out yet. It's going to be the one that comes out this Saturday if you're watching this podcast when it comes out on Thursday. To be like a week in the life, like I record a couple clips every day to just kind of say what I'm doing and what I have done that day, like routine wise. So I've got like 3/4 of the video mostly filmed because I've been just recording a clip or two every day of what I've been up to. So it's not going to be that same, like the same feeling of, I have to write, record, edit, and release a video all back to back and in one day, and that's kind of what every video is right now. So I've been thinking of ways to, since I can't do it with the NBA videos, with the basketball videos, thinking of ways to like stretch out the amount of work, to better distribute the amount of work, right? So I'm doing that with the moving to California video that way this week, since I'm not able to do it with the NBA videos yet, if that makes sense. I think that makes sense. And like my next moving to California idea that I'm going to do as the video next week, I've kind of structured in my mind similarly. So that's been working well. And that's cool. And I like that. And that's fun. And you should look forward to those videos because they're going to be good. What else has been going on, man? Dude, my freaking, a lot of people have actually seen the, more people than I expected have seen the, the knee exercise video that I've been doing. I did 2 of them, kind of about the current, physical therapy program. I guess it's kind of physical therapy. It's like a workout program from this guy on Instagram, specifically for, knee ability and the muscles around the knee to and it's been working really well. It's been healing my knee pain. It's not really pain, my knee condition that's been preventing me from working out balls to the walls like I want to all the time is getting better, which is the point, which is awesome, and I love it. So I've been progressing in that, which is awesome. I guess that's all I wanted to share. But I'm a lot closer than I was 2 weeks ago to be working out really hard all the time. So I'm happy about that. Yeah, so the rest of the day I'm gonna work on there's a client video that I want to finish this week. It's kind of a client that doesn't really have much of a hard deadline with their videos, and I just kind of work on them when I don't have other shorter term deadlines on the table, and I'm gonna be working on that today since I don't have a bunch of other shorter deadline videos to do. So thanks for watching. I'll get this uploaded. We're gonna write out or mail out our stickers. You can get a free Thrive sticker in the description if you dig it. Appreciate you, and I'll catch you next week. Goodbye.